Let's talk about what the story is. During the 90s, there was you've heard about it, the PPM phenomenon emerged, and PPMs were rolling up physician practices in virtually every specialty. By the peak of 1998, there was a study that estimated that there were 39 public PPMs and 125 private PPMs. And that's an interesting stat because the number of physicians associated with FICOR and MedPartners alone were in the tens of thousands each. Well, 8 out of 10 publicly traded PPMs declared bankruptcy by 2002. Virtually all private PPMs, other than hospital-based, were being unwound at a rampant pace. So what happened? The model, and the model's really important.
We call it the independent practice model, where the physicians continued to own and control their practice, and the management company charged a management fee, which was basically equal to the EBITDA scrape, plus a negotiated percentage of profits. And you know, memories are short. After you get your purchase price 5-10 years later, there was this feeling, why are we still paying 30% of our profits to this third-party management company? This is not really delivering value. That was a real problem for physician recruitment. So those models in the 90s obviously didn't work. Many of the PPMs went bankrupt. There was a quick up and a big crash.
So much of the story is still the same. That's what we said. So why could the outcome possibly be different? Really important is smarter deal structuring.
The PPM models, the physician practice management models that we're seeing today are very different than the models that were utilized in the 1990s and sort of the FICOR MedPartner space. So this is a new model, and you see up here, it's owned by a designated friendly physician. So one of the models is called the friendly PC model, where basically the equity of the practice is sold to a friendly physician. That physician signs a securities transfer restriction agreement with the practice, so that equity is locked up. So one of the key parts about this model is that the physicians really kind of become employees, and their sole economic arrangement on a go-forward basis is really in their employment agreement. So they are incentivized in the growth of the practice, but in their capacity as an employee. So the models we're using today are really designed to align the economic incentives and make the physicians active participants. So this is kind of the new model on the block. This is the local management. It's kind of a hybrid of the last two models. We still have a friendly physician. The equity is also locked up through a securities transfer restriction agreement. But if you look here, there's a local management company. And the physicians hold 30%. They actually hold real equity in a local management company. And what makes this different is that if this practice has an amazing quarter, they knock it out of the park, the doctors are really going to feel that, because this equity is directly linked to the performance of their practice. There are very few pure play ASC management companies anymore. Almost everybody is getting involved in the physician practice space, and there's a much greater emphasis, instead of on just horizontal integration, how do we just grow horizontally towards vertical integration? We want to buy the ASC and the anesthesia and all the ancillaries.
These are very interesting times. We've got physician management resurging, we've got private equity coming into the space in an unbelievable way with an insatiable appetite for transactions, and on top of that, there's a lot of uncertainty. And so I'm excited to hear what the leaders in the industry have to say, and I'm excited to see what transactions come out of today.